Boom. What's going on, man? Come on in. I ain't gonna be in front of you long, man. I was up here, um, just kind of thinking and reading and writing, and it hit me. So what hit me, I'm gonna share with you. So come on in. Let me know if you can hear me first of all before I give you this whole spiel. And you haven't even heard what I said. Come on in. 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 Ah, ah. Because what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about the reason why you're not receiving from God. That's what we're gonna talk about. So come on in. 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 Because I know you're wondering, right? Like you may have times where you say, "Yo, I asked God, and I've been praying, I've been reading my Bible, I've been doing everything I need to do. I'm not sure why it's not happening, or it's not happening quick enough." I got you tonight. All you have to do is come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, man. And let me know, first of all, if you actually can hear me. So before I give you all of this stuff that I have for you, because I have this good stuff for you, right? Come on in. 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 I want you to come in. And I'm going to share it with you today. And I promise you that the message that what I'm going to teach you, what I'm going to share with you today is not only for you, but it's also for someone that you know. So make sure you tag somebody. Tag them. Come on in, like, and tag somebody. Come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm going to share with you the reason why you're not receiving what you would like to receive from God. And you may have been asking, praying, pleading, "God, please show me the way," all that stuff. I'm going to share with you why it may appear as if you're coming up short. If you're not like, I'm going to share with you why it may seem or may feel as if God has just put you on mute. I got you. All you have to do is come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I got you. So come on in, man. Come on in. Come on in. I'm going to share with you exactly why you're not receiving what you want to receive from God. But before I jump into it, I need you to come in and actually tell me if you can hear me. So can you hear me? Type in yes, give me a thumb, give me something. Let me know that you actually can hear what I'm saying. Because I don't want to give you all this good stuff and you can't hear what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, come on in. I'm about to share with you exactly why you're not receiving what you want to receive from God. Even though you may ask and you may plead and you may pray, I'm going to share this with you and it's going to blow your mind. Come on in, come on in, come on in. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about this, and I'm going to actually start this thing out since I got some people in. I ain't going to keep you long, so don't go anywhere. I got you. You want to know. You want to know why you're praying and you're asking and it's not happening, right? You're reading your Bible. You're talking to your accountability partner, and you're wondering, why is this thing not happening? What's going on? I got you. Come on in, come on in, come on in. All right, come on in. I got you. I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to keep you here long because tell me where you are. I'm over here. I'm in Maryland, and it's like 9:30 at night over here. Where you are. Tell me where you are. Where you coming in from? And I'm going to share this. I'm going to break it down for you. You don't want to go anywhere because listen, I'm going to share with you why you're not receiving, and then I'm going to show you how to shift that, okay? I'm going to share exactly how you can shift that. So, come on in. Where you coming in from? Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Yep. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit all of that. Because I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you right tonight. All right? I feel like teaching tonight. I feel like teaching. So, here we go. Here we go. All right. So, when it comes to actually receiving from God, right? Like I said, you may have said, hey, I asked and I prayed and it just hadn't happened, right? So one Bible verse that kind of really I want to just unpack for you. I'm gonna give you two actually. I'm gonna give you two verses. I'm gonna put them together and I'm gonna show you exactly how this thing works. But one that I'm gonna start to unpack with you is one of my favorite verses in the Bible, and that is Ephesians 3:20. Okay, Ephesians 3:20. Okay, in the Bible, Ephesians 3:20. That's in the New Testament. So in Ephesians 3:20, it reads, "Now unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that works in us." Let me say that again. Now unto him who is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ask or think, according to the power that works in us. Right? So basically what this one says, I'm talking about Ephesians 3:20. You can go ahead and look that up. Ephesians 3:20. Now unto him, who is him? He's talking about God. He said that God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ever ask, that we can think, that we can hope, or we can even imagine, according to the power that works in us. So basically, this particular verse right here is sharing with you that God can exceed whatever you think. He can go beyond like whatever you're imagining. God can even go further than your mind can even fathom. Right? Like basically, God is limitless. That's what it's telling you. It's limitless. So when we read this and we're saying, hey, we know that God can do exceedingly and abundantly, then obviously, this is not a matter of if God has the ability. Because it clearly says in Ephesians 3:20 that God is able. So that means he has the ability. So if God has the ability and you said, okay, we know that God has the ability, but it's not working for me. Right? It's not working for me. Why is it not working for me? Well, if God has the ability and it's not working for you, then we have to question something else. So the thing we have to question at that point is our ask and our think. Because God can do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ever ask or think. So we know that God is able to exceed and it's not happening, then we really need to look at what we're asking for and how we're asking, right? We need to look at our thought process. Basically, guys, we have to look at our verbal request and our mindset, right? Our verbal request and our thoughts, our ask and our think. Our ask and our think. Because like I said, I know you asked God, man. You asked him. You prayed about it. But ain't nothing happening. All right, and I'm gonna share with you. Listen, it's because you're asking your think. Like, okay, all right, I get excited when I talk about this, right? So before I actually really just show you, I want to explain this to you. Let me explain this to you. Everything in your everything in your life, in my life, in our lives, everything is a way of thinking. Okay? Everything is a mindset. Everything is a mindset. Greed is a mindset. Fear is a mindset. Doubt is a way of thinking. Poverty, yo, that's a mindset. Success, yo, that's all about your conscious faculty, man. It's a mindset. When we're talking about having abundance in our lives, or if a person is lazy, look, that is a way of thinking. Look, you ever met somebody who was always like a hustler? They're like, yo, I'm grinding, I'm hustling, I gotta get it. That's a mindset. That's how they think. All right, that's about their conscious faculties. All right, so let me move to the next verse. Because like I said, I'm going to pull two verses together. I'm going to share with you. So you write this verse down. The first one is Ephesians 3:20. The second one is found in James. Now the book of James, the author of the book of James is none other than Jesus' brother, his half brother, James. Now, James was the one who actually didn't even believe that Jesus was Messiah until Jesus died and was resurrected, right? Then he was like, oh, okay, I see it, I see it. And this is his brother. So James actually wrote the book of James. Right? And here's what it says in James 1, verses 5 through 9. We're going James 1, verses 5 through 9. It says, if any of you lack wisdom, talking about our mind, right? We're talking about our thinking. If any of you lack wisdom, let him or her ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given unto you. But let him ask in faith with no doubting, for he who doubts is like a wave of the sea driven and tossed by the wind. Boom, boom, boom. For let not that man suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord, because he is a double-minded man, unstable in all of his ways. Man, listen, God basically saying the way you do anything is the way you do everything. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. And so God is basically saying, look, if you're going to ask, don't ask and doubt at the same time. That's being double-minded, right? So the reason you're not receiving, because I told you I'm not going to be on here long, but the reason you're asking God and you're not receiving is because your ask and your think are not aligned. Come on. Your ask and your think are not aligned. Your ask and your think, they're not congruent. That's almost like as if you're going to maybe take a test, and after you before you even really take the test, you're saying, yo, I can't pass this test. God, please help me pass this test. God, help me pass, let me pass. And you take the test, you're like, yo, I know I failed that joint. Right? Or you go for a job interview, and before you even get out of the job interview good, you're like, I know I didn't do well. Even though you prayed and asked God to help you land a job. Like, yo, I know I didn't do well. I'm not getting that job. Your ask and your think, they're not aligned. So the Bible calls this an unstable man, or he calls this a double-minded man. He calls him double-minded. He said he's unstable in all of his ways. Now you may have heard of this because science, psychology, they talk about this too, but they don't call it a double-minded man. They actually call it cognitive dissonance. That's what they call it, cognitive dissonance. And it's actually the mental tension, right, that happens when your actions and your beliefs are not in line. It's that tension that you feel when your ask and your think, they're not congruent. It's called cognitive dissonance. The Bible calls it a double-minded man. I'm telling you, this stuff is the same. It's a lie. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Right? That's a person who say one thing, they think one thing, and their actions are completely different. That's the same with cognitive dissonance, yo. The same thing. So I know you probably wondered, okay, Terrence. So if my ask and my think, they're not congruent, they're not in line, they're not flowing on the same track. How do I get them on the same track? Great question, right? Great question. So here's how to align your thoughts. And there are many different techniques that you can use, because we're talking about your asking, your think. What's happening is that we're asking God, but we're being a double-minded person. And God clearly said in James that, hey, that person, don't let them even think that they can receive anything from me, because they're double-minded. And they're unstable in all of their ways. So just because if you're double-minded in this area, God say, yo, you're unstable in all your ways. In all your ways. So how do we actually get those things aligned, right? Well, there are many different techniques. I just want to share with you a few of them today. One technique is what psychologists call reframing. Reframing. That's changing the way you interpret or look at a situation to see it in a more empowering way. So it's changing the way you're viewing it. You're not changing the definition. You're actually changing how you see it, right? How you view it. You're changing the meaning to you. So you're not changing what happened. You're just changing the meaning. You're looking at that and you're interpreting it in a totally different way that supports you. That's what's called reframing. Another way is affirmations. All right. Your words are powerful. The words you say to yourself, I'm telling you, the most powerful message that you will ever hear is the one that you tell yourself. So your words are extremely, extremely powerful. So affirmations are really that positive, that present tense statement, that declaration, like who you are. It declares who you are, who you believe you are. Like, what are you creating in this world? The affirmation is, I am bold. I am confident. And you want to really start it out with an I am. Because when you start something out with I am, anything that's attached to that I am, your subconscious mind takes that as a command. So you want to say, I am bold. I am confident. Look yourself in the mirror, eye to eye, and say, I am worthy. I am loved. Right? I am strong. I am powerful. I am responsible. I am a good man. I am a powerful woman. Look yourself in the mirror and you want to say an affirmation. So that's another way. And then one more way is what I like to call, or what you may have heard as, mental rehearsal. Mental rehearsal. That's really imagining yourself performing a task, right? And achieving a goal before it actually happens. So you want to imagine yourself, think of yourself, envision yourself achieving a goal before it even happens. And not only that, you want to use all your senses and emotions to simulate success in your mind. That's mental rehearsal. Many athletes use this particular technique. Like Michael Phelps. Before he jumps into the water and attack his race, he pauses, and for many minutes, he just sat and he envisioned the entire race, going through stroke by stroke, going like tight races, hard, just the entire flow, the entire feel. He emotionalizes it. He goes through, and in his mind, he can see himself winning. He wins before he even jumps in the pool. He wins before he jumps in the pool, man. So you want to really jump into the mental rehearsal. Mental rehearsal. And one reason why this really works is because your subconscious mind honestly cannot distinguish between what's imagined and what's actually happening. It can't. Right? So it's all about your subconscious mind, yo. So those are just three quick ways that you can shift your mind to make sure that your think is aligned with your ask. And let me just share this one with you, right? So when it comes to reframing, I'll just go over that briefly. Like I said, reframing is like that practice of changing how you interpret a situation. So it doesn't really change what happens. but it changed the meaning. Like you changed the meaning of that. So for instance, if a person loses their job, the old framing may be I am a failure, or I'll never find another job. I'll never find something better. That's the old framing. The new frame is God is redirecting me into something bigger, something greater, right? It's the same event, but a different interpretation. So the thing is that your perception shapes your reality. It shapes your reality. And here, one of the greatest examples of reframing comes from Joseph in the Joseph story in the Bible in Genesis. Man, Joseph, he took some hits. Joseph was betrayed by his brother. He was thrown into a ditch. He was sold into slavery. He was even falsely imprisoned. Now imagine that. Imagine that, man. Joseph was thrown in a pit and then later snatched out the pit. He thought he was good. He thought his brothers had changed their mind. They saved me. They were just playing. Nah, they pulled him out the pit just so they can sell him to sell him into slavery. That's crazy. And then he went through all of this, but he never looked at it as if God had abandoned him. And he could have. He could have said, man, I'm just an old rat shit. It's this, God doesn't love me. He abandoned me. He's not looking out for me. Nah, he didn't say that. And instead, he actually reframed the entire event. You can find this in Genesis 50. He reframed it and he became the second in command. Because he had the right attitude, he had the right mindset. And when he became the second in command, he met those brothers. The ones that threw him into the ditch, the ones that slowed him into slavery. Those particular brothers actually needed his help. They didn't know it was Joseph at the time. They just went and they asked for help. And when they asked for help, they didn't know that they were asking Joseph, because remember, he was a kid when they did this. So once everything was settled, Joseph said, you intended to harm me, but God intended for my good, to accomplish what is now being done, and that's to save many lives. He was placed in a position where he had the opportunity and the responsibility to save lives. And his brothers was the life that he spared. So what I'm saying is that reframing is so powerful. And it's not only a psychological thing, it's in the Bible as well. So let me give you these 3 steps of reframing. We're going to get out of here, right? So here's how you reframe. Reframe your mind, you have to first identify the negative thought. Identify the thought that's not supporting you. Identify that. Whatever it is, you want to ask yourself, what belief or what thought is holding me back? Once you identify the thought or the belief, you have to challenge it with truth. You have to challenge it. All right? And one way is ask yourself, is this belief absolutely true? Is it 100% true? So when you identify that negative thought, I'm not good, I'm a failure, I'll never be great at this, I'll never get married, I'll never be able to own my own home. Ask yourself, is this 100% true? And then another thing you want to ask yourself is, what does God say about this? What does God say about you? What does he say about this? What does he say about you? And then after you ask yourself those questions, now you want to replace it with a biblical truth. You want to shift to like a new perspective that aligns with God's word. And if you said, okay, I'm not sure exactly, I don't know the Bible like that, I'm not sure, what verse I should read, man, go to Google. Type in your what you're going through, what you're experiencing, and ask Google to give you a Bible verse for it. I mean, I'm trying to keep it simple for you, man. Ask Google to give you a Bible verse for whatever it is you're thinking. If you need an encouraging word, and I'm saying if you don't know the Bible like that, and you don't know which verse to go to my homeboy Google. That's my man's, and ask him. Type it in. All right. So you want to identify the negative thought. You want to challenge it, and then you want to replace it with a biblical truth. Identify, challenge, replace. Identify, challenge, replace. And here's the kicker. You have to do this over and over and over and over and over and over all the time. Because what you're trying to do at that time is really rewire your brain. You're trying to rewire your brain. And that's not always easy. I always say, look, it's simple, but it's not easy. I can tell you exactly how to do it. I can give you the steps, give you the layers, but actually walking the process out is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Because you have to make a conscious effort every day, all day, to challenge those negative thoughts. Man, we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. And most of those thoughts are repetitive thoughts that you may have considered yesterday or last week or last month. So if you have that many thoughts, trust your boy. Many of those thoughts are negative. So when they come up, man, if you find yourself really thinking about the negative thought and focusing on them, because it's not the thought that comes and goes, it's the thought that comes to stay that really sticks and really changes your life. So if it's going through your mind, that's what you have to do. You have to identify it, you have to challenge it, and you have to replace it with some truth. Identify, challenge, and replace. Let me say that again. Identify, challenge, replace. Identify, challenge, replace. If you do that, trust your boy. In no time, you'll see that whatever you're asking for, God will not only bring it into your life, manifest into your life, but he'll begin to exceed that. How do I know? Because God can do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that you can ask or think. Yo, oh, that blessed you, man. Have a nice day. Let me get out of here.